I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I'm crazy. Must be the whole motto of the day at the minute. Lack of sleep, leveling up, and big shifts happening in the twin flame connection. Now, I have looked at the astrology for the divine masculines, and ooh-ee, be ready. Be ready. Big revelations, big decisions, big moves. And yeah, anywhere between now and September, it's going to be interesting. Okay, this whole perspective in the minute, I've connected the ruin. Now, what I've done with the cards, to give you a heads up ahead of time, we'll have super chat at the end, is I've pulled the connecting energy and I'm like, give me the dirt. Give it to me all. I want to know everything about what's going on here. I have pulled the cards for the joint connection. I have pulled the cards for the divine masculine, for divine feminine, for the karmic, and for if there's a karmic on the feminine side. And that can be going two ways at the minute on both sides of the fence. Okay, now we do have the Virgo energy, which is funny because we're nearing the end of Mars and Virgo. And Mars and Virgo has been good, but it's been a headache and a two. Because we have been in our intellect and our logic with the new moon in Leo, logic, you know, thought, head and heart decisions. We've been in Virgo at war with our minds and our psychology. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Let's clean up our acts and all of this. Some really critical energy. This week particularly, you know, and I really guide you to be grounded, especially moving into the full moon in Aquarius, because you will pick up the ascension from either side of the fence. And as I mentioned, go through and have a look at the video where I was doing my bloody makeup and I was in the bathroom talking about the full moon in Aquarius, because it is food for thought and it is going to be logically linking to all of us, where we're having to choose between our higher self and hopefully not move into ego and project it and be nasty and narcissistic. And, you know, be in our truth, but be able to be part of a tribe, but be able to be individual in ourselves. Now, we've had enough time to meditate upon that. And if we're enabling or, you know, it's going to become problematic, especially near the full moon in Aquarius, because these bugbear situations throughout the year have really been shifting the twin flame connection, but they've been shifting everyone collectively into moving into their own personal alignment that is conducive with the tribe and the people around them. And for the masculines, their purpose is up for question right now. So as we have Saturn and Jupiter going direct, what you're going to find is their energy is really going to be in question, where they feel they've had enough time to look at it and they're like, is this attractive? Is this not? Where it's going to be a sudden shake-up. Now, we do have this week Uranus and Taurus going retrograde. You're already feeling the energy of it. And for them, it's very much connected to their self-esteem, their self-worth, what they value. And if they feel they have not been valued, this can be where they can get very, very cross and really draw the line in the sand and cut it off at the knee, so to speak. It can be quite aggressive in nature. So this ruin connects to Virgo. Swan. So the one channeling I got, I did get a few downloads yesterday directly after the session. It was connected to the Twin Flame Collective, and it was Dragonfly, which is change in direction. It's also that you're spiritually guided to know that what you have, you're going to be really moving through the matrix of it and dealing with the challenges as they come. But there is a sudden shift. And I have been seeing the fives a lot, which 2021 is a 5. And we're really nearing the end of the nodes being in Gemini. And yeah, I've had a brain blank. Gemini and Sagittarius. So we're really ending those things out. And as we move towards the eclipses again, you know, it's cycling it out and we're ushering in this brand new energy. So a lot of you will start feeling that very soon, regardless of the fact the nodes do shift later on in the point. But I'm really feeling it already. We do have the crowning energy being Saturn. Okay, we've got Grandfather Sky, and it is in the house of Aquarius, so it's going to be really strict. So the polarities of what will be coming up for masculines, and I'll talk about masculines first, and how it's going to pertain to the joint energy, is that the accountability, the responsibility, the restrictions when it comes to the people they're surrounding themselves with. If they're in the higher octane, it will be conducive and they feel they can be their individual self. On the feminine side, it's the same element, but it can be in your day-to-day life. Do people understand you? Are you Maybe trying to convince them. Are you feeling you're having to be something for other people? And is that pressure point coming in? It can come down to family, because we do have the base chakra and it's the basis of your stability. But it could be in your working day life where you're shining bright like a diamond and being yourself, but at the same time maybe feeling that you can't be. There can be tension points there, but it'll be on the masculine element of your life. I do see that as Saturn goes direct and Uranus and Taurus goes retrograde. It's retrograde, funny enough, for 5 months, which, as I mentioned, 2021 is a 5. So it's going to help us really implement those changes, but it can be sudden changes, sudden communication, sudden revelations relating to, no, I want to be with my divine feminine. I don't want to be with anyone else. And, you know, just these rebirths that we're having. I also saw frog totem yesterday. So no sooner did I take the dragonfly out of the house and I was thinking about the twins, did I see a frog? And of course I had to share it with Giggle because she hates frogs. She doesn't hate them. She's got phobia of it. So I thought I'd share that with her because, you know, we go way back. And I did delete it out of her inbox because I knew she'd have panic attacks every time she saw it. But I was like, the first thing I thought was, you know, the prince kissing the frog. And then when you think about the element of frog, it's water energy, and it's very much the Aquarian energy of transmutation, give and take. But it changes in direction very abruptly. It's able to leap its way forward in a very different direction. And I do predict that a lot of you can expect that. Hi, Dale. So I'm seeing this communication coming through. So it's going to be our actions. It's going to be our words. On both sides of the fence, there could be communication. I also feel this whole Saturn and Aquarius energy. It's almost like a reciprocation and an understanding on both sides of the fence, that both parties are almost thinking, hey, I've been where you've been. And the other download I did have, and I'm just going to be straight with you. This is Jupiter, right? This is courage. We can see the archer here. This transition for the masculines, I mean, you know, ask a Leo in the house. Leos have been going through it. Virgos have been going through it. And Cancer and Capricorns, they can really relate to it because they had the nodes in their house, and Gemini and Sagittarius as well. So those transits on 1st and 7th house placement are just disgusting. I'll just say it. You don't like it during this stage. It can look a little bit like you're changing your wardrobe, but really what's happening is very deep inside yourself you're changing because you had a perspective maybe of how you needed to be in the world, and that evolves and changes, and it can feel like a soul walking. So for the masculines, in their ascension over the last 3 years, especially in the last 2 years, it has been really, really brutal. Now, the one thing that my guides showed me was a few songs, and it was showing us back to where we were years ago, and the Rihanna song came up, and it came up for the fire signs, funny enough. So the Rihanna song came up, Unfaithful, and it was where potentially you were in a connection previously, and maybe you had then you met the connection to your twin, or you were in a third party situation and you were like, you know, I want to be over there, but I've got to be here. And they're asking you to just look at that and understand that you did also outgrow that situation, and you had your personal steps with that. And they're saying this is what they're directly closing out at the moment, and they're understanding what you directly went through. So that vision was shown to me, and that song, and that, yes, it is very much that they may have empathy, regret, and revolving doors, I heard. Yes, both parties here maybe even feeling they wish they could turn time back so nobody got hurt, and, you know, words that were unspoken were said. But they're saying this is directly coming back. Divine masculine is in the crown chakra, right? And this is the energy of Aquarius. And for them collectively, it's to do with their hopes and dreams. It's their purpose. It's their mission. They're moving into mission. And they're not denying it. They know exactly how they feel. They know who they want, and they know where they want to go. Now, the element of Virgo is coming up in reverse. So this can be a headache and a half. And I did say the trickster in reverse means the logic is there. We already know what it is. Now, the bird totem is swan. The animal is elk. Astrology, Virgo, which is intellect and being perfect. You know, Virgos have a beautiful way of really doing great jobs, really being able to have that analytical mind. But sometimes they can accidentally put really high expectations on themselves. And all of us collectively at the moment could really be feeling as though we need to do better. We need to look at the logic. You know, we're in our minds, we're in our heart, we're healing because it's higher heart chakra as well. So this connects to protection, sanctuary, prayer, friendship, trust in the upright. And this is between the connection. Mystical communication with the divine. Guardian spirits, absorption of protection and protective energy, faith in the divine. Drawing this ruin cast, it suggests that the quadrant may be in need of protection, but confirms that such protection is assured. And even when I looked at Frog Totem, it did state you are protected at this time. It did state that your movement forward is supported, that things happen for you so that you are able to move into your empowerment and to have the things that you need. And I do see you guys actually, ironically, taking the grounded approach. And your heart is guided to wanting peace in your life, feminines. And you're willing to have communication, providing it's on the basis of making peace and moving forward. Okay, but confirms that such protection is assured. So you need to connect to your Gaia source energy, connecting in with it. The ruin warns of great peril when reversed, but the ruin itself may be worn as a protection amulet. So I did this. Not that I think putting ink on the skin, you know, for the toxins, if you can't, you know, but you can draw that on you. And it's very similar to the Egyptians. The Egyptians used to use a shape very similar to this being the key of life, except it had a different shape. And it's really doing the same thing. It's the key of protection. So you can actually draw this on your wrist and it will protect you. Or you can draw it on a piece of paper and wear it, you know, connected to you. You visually, spiritually feeling that you're protected. You know, again, be careful with your words, be careful with your choices. I wouldn't go out near the full moon. It can be agitated. It's a full moon and it's in the energy of Aquarius. So people can be frustrated. They can feel like they're suppressed. They don't want to stay home. We've got the sun in Leo. So it's like, I want to play and move forward. Can't we get back to business as usual? So it can be very frustrated, so to speak. So it's better to really breathe. Eat food groups to support your nervous system, especially for Taurus, you know, because Uranus and Taurus going retrograde, it's still connected to, Aquarius is still connected to Uranus. So it's very kind of nerve-wracking, so to speak. It can affect your nervous system. So you can wear it as a protection amulet or you can get a twig and wear it. Okay, so you may feel a threat, and it could be from this third-party energy. It might be something potentially going on, and it can happen on both sides. And some of you, it's almost like to each other. You feel maybe that you need to talk about things. You don't feel safe to speak authentically. You feel it might go pear-shaped. It might also be both parties have dramas going on each side of the fence, and there is movement. And the thing is, both parties really do want to move forward. But there can be some restrictions at the moment to prevent such. Now, I am seeing there is growth here. So that of the past is coming back, and I do feel it's coming in bloody quick. We've got the Chariot. That of the past is coming in, and there is going to be movement. I also do feel there's freedom in it. As long as both parties are working as a team, I do feel the divine feminine and masculine do have this energy between them. Now, there is going to be some sense of trust, and what you're going to need to do is communicate and clear your throat chakra. Move away from the ego. Just tune into what you need and what they need. Not all the external and trying to appease, because, you know, it's going to require a leap of faith. Now, masculines at the minute, they're really up in their heads, okay? They're up in their heads and they're thinking, but they're trying to be brave. They're trying to be brave to come towards you. They have been saving. They have been really standoffish over the last few months because there has been a lot of astrology that has been affecting their psychology, making us very 3D, making us feel as though they're climbing up mountains. Now, the thing and where they're standing right now is in their empowerment, and they are in the magician energy, and this is in relation to them feeling like they want to open up to this connection. I do feel they know at a foundation level that they do need to leave a person behind. And I do feel the courage is coming through the sun. It's almost like they're stepping into their self-esteem and they're saying, okay, I really need to cast the situation aside. Now, the demeanor that feminine is coming through with is like, you just want peace. You don't want to fight. You don't want misunderstandings to be there. There could be something really that the masculines at the moment are cycling out that it's triggering you. Now, this can be a scenario happening with family. It could be a scenario with a karmic, but it does feel it's on their side of the fence. So you're trying to stay as peaceful as possible. You don't want to rock the boat, but you do have your own personal things also going on. Now, I feel as much as possible you're doing everything you can to be grounded, but you do feel it's got to start, you know, after a tower, it's going to have to be a brand new beginning. So it may be for many of you is that your back is hurting at the moment, and that's due to the fact that we have Saturn in Aquarius. It's very much linking to base chakra and crown chakra with the positions at the minute. So yes, your lower back and, you know, really needing that structure to be strong in order to move forward. Now, again, you have the same energy, Divine Feminines, is that you're thinking about this proposal from the past. You're feeling as though you can sense the energy coming in, and you are really reflecting. It's like, hang on a minute, if you've said X, Y, and Z, why hasn't anything moved? It's because you're tuning into the fact that this is coming, but this person currently, and you're trying ever so hard to be strong, but you might be looking at it through, and I wouldn't say rose-colored glasses, I would say it through your own personal perspective. Because I do feel if you can see something that they've gone through, we do tend to accidentally compare notes. And if it's a similar experience that they're dealing with, which my guides were showing me this morning, is that something that you went through before, they're now going through. And it is so that they can have the direct understanding. So you both can meet each other in the middle, mentally, psychologically, and see each other's perspective without that judgment and ego. But I feel at the minute you're almost, you know, sometimes when we compare notes, it can be if that process took you a year, you can be, oh my God, it's going to take a year. And it's not, they're saying don't do that. They're saying, no, this is closer than you think. This perspective is different. I do feel you're casting a critical eye on yourself at the moment, that you could be feeling as though mentally, how do I put it? You didn't see something, okay, that you felt ignorant, that you didn't see something. And again, that's us actually wanting to protect ourselves. And I'm noticing the heart energy on here. And the heart energy is really coming through from see, Virgo is high heart chakra. So Leo is heart chakra and head chakra. So when I say heart chakra, it's you're clearing it. You're trying to open your heart to an individual and this situation, but you feel you're ignorant if you do such, and it's got nothing to do with ignorance. It's just to do because you still are healing to a degree. But you know, especially when you look at the logic, I'm thinking about this person, I have a feeling for this person, I'm afraid. That's okay. It's okay to be afraid of the scenario, but at the same time to be open to it, that, you know, I'm telling you, it's head and bloody heart, but it's about, yes, can this be healed? And yes, it can. It can have its brand new birth. It can have a brand new beginning, but you're just really overwhelmed, and you do feel that you might say the wrong thing, or, you know, this is just going to always be this way. And for some of you, I do feel there's two people here, feminines, and the other channeling I had is that sometimes it can be like Jekyll and Hyde. And at the moment, if for those of you that are in communication with your love interest, your twin, I'm actually seeing that at 1 minute they could be, and this can be for collective energy for masculines as well, because 1 minute can be super grounded, the next minute it can be very flighty and angry. And it is because of the aspects of the minute. It is not directly connected to you. So it's like you're tuning into this person like the Jekyll and Hyde. To the core, they have that very gentle, loving energy. but also they are making a judgment really relating to it. So it's like they're jumping from a king to the King of Swords. It's like, right, I've leveled into my energy and now I'm moving directly into alignment and I'm making a choice. And I do feel the choices relating to you, Divine Feminine. So it's very like, I've made my judgment, I know what I want. And I really do feel Divine Feminines have. For some of you, yes, there could be two roads. You're just trying to make peace with it and you're being very present. But others of you, I do feel this can really take you by surprise and it can be coming in very quickly. I did actually get a heads up from one twin flame. I did touch base with quite a few of you, especially my clients that I speak to regularly. I do tend to touch base, you know, free of charge. And I touched base and yes, they had communication and movement with their twin. So yes, this is resonating. Okay. Yes, feminines, this isn't, I feel this is, I just kept hearing the Humpty Dumpty effect, and it's like it's broken, yes, but it can be fixed. But you're guided to be Little Miss Muffet sat on a tub. Just sit, allow this to kind of resolve. I do feel you've kind of come through with this demeanor of what is needed, and it's trusting that process, because I also feel if you have too much attachment, what can happen is the universe will put you in the naughty corner and they'll give you a drama. So don't manifest it, please, especially near the full moon in Aquarius. They'll give you something so you tune out of it to move into allowing. So do something to keep you grounded. If you're feeling agitated and fiery, you know, don't give your power away. Just have your sacral chakra bath, you know, get some orange. You can put orange essence into your bath. You can drink some light orange water, or you know, get grounded, do some guided meditation, use some bath crystals, and just keep out of white noise and try and avoid conflict with family at the moment as well, because it can be quite intense at the minute, being that Aquarius is tribe, and it's to do with the frustration of what you're doing, where you're going, you know, wanting to play. You probably do want to be out and about, but at the same time, I feel most of us are very tired. So focus on the better picture. Focus on the fact that we're ending cycles and we're beginning brand new ones, and it's going to be a coming to terms with. And I feel no sooner do you move into receivership mode. Don't think that the only reason they want you is intimacy. That is incorrect. We have a 10 here. This is a spiritual connection. But just enjoy each other's company. You know, enjoy, for those of you who gain communication, just nurture yourself right now. That's what they're saying through this transition. Now, the karmic will go through to masculine side. There's dramas over there, okay? It isn't a very grounded situation. It is coming to a head, and I do feel this person may not see this coming. But it may be because they really didn't have a lot of connection into this person. They were quite self-focused. There is something in their foundation changing. And they're almost looking like, is this because of another person? And I don't feel masculine's really doing that at this point. I feel masculine's just really choosing for themselves. Some it has already been well and truly that they had been separated from this person well and truly a while ago. And it's that they weren't really motivated towards this human being. Like I said, it was quite a codependent connection. But that story is coming to a close. So I do see the Vision and Quest card in reverse. Yeah, it's like no third party. It's like third party out. Like, and, you know, I kind of get the gist that this person maybe was focusing elsewhere. And due to such, they're actually looking at maybe Divine Feminine or, you know, somebody to blame in the situation. But I do feel this is the reason for the delay with Divine Masculine, is so that this human being can directly let go and understand that, you know, nothing can be taken from you that's truly yours. The opportunity was given and the opportunity was lost, and there could be a legal situation panning out. And, you know, that was really coming through with the twin flame elements. I feel this person maybe is concocting things in their head, and it is causing a lot of arguments and resentment, and they could be spreading some rumors. So if this is happening, I kind of see it being almost like it's very hot to cold, heated and argumentative, and then just, you know, blocking that human being out to the left and cycling it out. I'm going to pull a few cards to see how the Divine Masculine is going to deal with this circumstance, because I kind of feel they've got a plan here. Yeah, I feel they're protecting their assets, but they also don't care if they're going to lose any because they kind of know the deal and they just want to move forward. I feel ultimately their decision is they're delaying the inevitable and it is affecting their health. So they're just being really strong. They're like, look, I can't keep this up. I don't want to do this. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't serving me. It's a burden. So, you know, it's almost like their psychology is, I would be so much healthier if I just let it go. That my health is so much more important than my money right now. Like, I really do need to just cut this off at the limb. It sounds so nasty. Yeah, it's like they know they know this is. It's like, okay, I started this. Oh, it good. I'll give it. Let's do this. But they also are more ready to invest in something that is a give and take. You know, this cycle is really coming to an end. They know it's very karmic in nature. For some, yes, they may have children. So it depends on what the entanglement is. But it's like they're trying to tick the boxes with that. So, again, separation. They're just ticking those boxes. But it's really irking them at the moment. It's not something they're wanting. Now, feminines, on your level for the karmic, this can be playing out two ways. For those of you that do have a karmic, you can really be thinking about your spiritual path. You can really be thinking, what was the better path? You know, some of you, if you are in a karmic relationship, I do see you thinking about your twin quite a bit. You've got scarred mountain hair. And it is to do with the decision with your relationship, your connection. And I do feel, you know, on your side of the fence, you would also have to make a decision. So regardless of what the masculine's doing, if you are in a karmic connection or a soulmate connection, if you are thinking about your twin and you do currently feel unhappy, this is really almost like it's really nagging you and calling you and saying, hey, you know, in order for this two to tango, to come through, I'm seeing two green leaves. You know, the healing on both sides of the fence and the choice is really casting a critical eye on it to make a decision. I also feel it's almost like, you know, having to look at the shadow of them in a karmic relationship and then you're kind of doing it on your side, so it's bouncing back and forward. I do feel some of you maybe had thought that this person would move towards you and give you that green flag, but, you know, it's almost like universe put a hold on that. And I feel it so you can spiritually come to terms with the connection and to own your power as well. So 9 times out of 10, you'll find in a scenario like that, it is because the universe is trying to show you have power, that you can choose to be with whom you want to be with, without the attachment of the outcome, but to really reach closure. And this is nagging at you. It's nagging at you like you have to make a choice right now. It's causing a lot of stress. Now, the other message that is coming through in this polarity is very much that, you know, for those of you where there is a karmic in the mix, I just kept hearing Little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet, and it was like almost the lesson, and what you need to do is calm down and make your statement, or, you know, if you're in communication, and be all right. Universe, Gaia, what would need to happen in order for this to come together would be for no third party energy to be here, for this individual to reach closure. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to acknowledge what I'm needing. And I feel that's what you're guided to do. Because I do feel this needs to be reached in a personal closure. So especially when we make a statement to a twin of, I think you feel X, Y, and Z. It's more fair-based frequency. If you do feel that, trust your intuition and step back and allow them to cycle it. If you observe it and say, hey, from my observation, it's kind of concerning me. If it looks like maybe you haven't reached closure on this, I empathize with you, and step back, and then don't share that energy. That way you're not entangling yourself in a healing process. Now, I do see ultimately, I do see some of you have actually taken a stand, and it's like, look, this is what I'm needing. And I do feel that you look at it like the judgment is on their side of the fence. You've decided, you know what makes you happy. You're making you happy. You're filling your cup, and you're like, look, I'm focusing on moving forward. Do you want to come with me? And so the challenge has been given to this person, and I don't feel it's coming through in a narcissistic way. I feel it's coming through in a very logical, relaxed way, that you a lot of chemistry. No drama, exactly. You're grounded. You ain't got time for drama. And it's not to say that life doesn't have drama, but we don't need to go and seek it and dance with the devil. So I do think for this pocket of you, the notion is that that connection would have to move, and then maybe, yes, okay, we can be open to that brand new beginning. And I do think it's actually closer than you think. For some of you, it's almost by you not doing anything, it's motivated them more. It's actually motivated them to move towards you so that they wish for reconciliation. So, you know, doing nothing is actually working. Yeah, fill your cup. I'm telling you, little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. It's like, know what you want, state it to universe, release, and this is where it's bringing your cup, okay? You're stable. They've seen the yin to the yang. They're being like, you're fun to hang out with. You smile. And if you're not, start smiling, Divine Feminines, because they do like your smile. Cheeky smile. The playful energy will work best. Okay, same thing again. It's like, right, that has to go in order for us to begin. So if this is frustrating you, I do feel by you stepping back, it's actually really challenging this Divine Masculine to go, I've got to move. And it's not just because of you, Divine Feminines, and that's a positive thing. It's because they absolutely do not like what they're currently doing. And they've tried to reason with it. They've looked at the psychology. They've lied to themselves and like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Okay, it's really affected them. I do feel communication coming. I don't think you're going to expect it to be perfectly honest. It could be in the next 48 hours. For some of you, I feel max 3 weeks. But there's a shift. So please do be prepared. You won't see it coming. I'm telling you, after the Aquarius point, you just won't see it coming. You'll be like, oh, it's not happening. I felt all this psychic energy and then they didn't call or they didn't turn up. No, it's actually, that's how it happens. It's when you're not thinking. It's like, Yeah, it's when you're focusing on yourself. Any questions? It is a short and sweet one today. I'm getting your twin flame energies per element done. I've got, how many more? I've got the fire signs to do. And then hopefully they should be released soon. Any questions? You better book that spray tan, love. Yeah. Do you want me to, you know, to get you moving quicker, I can always send you a frog. Ugh. My other girlfriend is scared of horses. Bless her possum socks. I love you, Loz. So, yeah. She'd leave me. I do super chats now. They're $11 a super chat, and then I'm going to get into the reads. I am moving soon, so I do have the website open at the moment for bookings. If you need an emergency one, get in quick, because we are packing and I'm getting all the content recorded before we move. So you still get your content, because I've got to transfer the internet, obviously. Giggle, I actually had a message for you first thing this morning, but I was in the thick of it. I've already recorded 10 videos this morning. I've been up since 3 because I'm moving. Let's see. Okay, somebody's getting a bit like headachy. What's your third eye at the moment? Yeah, what's your third eye? I don't have the time to. I can't feel sorry for myself, Giggle. News for you. What I was seeing was a phone call. I was seeing movement, and I was like, if I bloody tell her, she's going to be, Hi, Diva. Do you miss me, girl? Hey, Dawn. Yeah, what I was saying was a phone call, and I'm like, if I tell her that, you know that other medium that talks to you? Shelley. Yeah, I was like, she's going to have the same experience, like, ugh. No, it's not going to happen. It's very close. Very, very close. I know you too. You're my soul sister. A lot of you are my soul sisters. But yeah, I was like, I'm going to tell her that, and she's going to be like, whatever. You just, what did I tell you last time? You know that facial product, girl? Yes. That facial product does work wonders. You need some right here. Where's Sally? Sally. Yeah, I'll call you in the break. I can't shuffle these bloody cards. Jeez Louise, you know? Okay, one card for Giggle relating to what she needs to know and her twin flame, please. Even though she won't believe me. And then she calls me after and says, you might be psychic, YILDIZ. Every time, Giggle, every time. There's going to be a gentle conversation. I do feel the person is really, you know, close. Haha, I did, Sally. I was thinking about you. Yeah, it's coming, okay? So, yeah. It's close. I do feel they're feeling pretty, a little bit more humble than they were. Yeah, like the demeanor's coming through a little bit meek, but it's gonna be a quieter conversation. Okay, so it's gonna be a better conversation. It's gonna be, look, we need to talk. But I think it'll be a text message first, bit of communication, a little bit of playfulness. They're worried that you're going to leave. But it's by stepping back, it's actually helping them. Do you know what I mean? It has helped, yeah. It has helped. It's actually helped them see that they can have conflict without it going disastrous. And I think this is really bridging the gap in the connection. So, no, giving them some space as well to allow them to come back after thinking about what was said. I think it's actually helping the situation. Who was the next? Emmy Doll, you're in the house, girl. Oh, I need to get on it. Leo next, you're masculine. Your masculine at the moment is in the thick of it, Leo next. I really, yeah, there's something to do with the contract at the moment. They are thinking about you, but it's not you. You're not the problem. Yeah. You're not the problem, right? They're actually feeling as though they need to make a decision. I do feel that it's funny because, like, technically speaking, from you being a Leo, the full moon in Aquarius is bringing things to a head. And I did warn you, you know, don't get triggered. Just allow this new beginning to come through, because it's like this can be a very positive thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be going from single to couple. Oh, geez, I knew this would happen. Okay, no more bookings after this because I have to have my agent. I've got to talk to my agent for the house. And they're going to be like, we need to make a booking to get the key. I was like, heck, I knew this was going to bloody happen. Okay, so yeah, it feels as though they might be a little bit more heart-centered and a little bit more romantic, but I probably wouldn't go into any conflict of the full moon in Aquarius. Be really relaxed. Be candid, but there is going to be balance, okay? They get there, but I feel it's romantic. I feel it's really gentle. Who's next? We're going to power through this because they're going to be like, where's this woman? I may come back a little bit later. We'll see how we go. Who is after? But it feels romantic, to be quite honest. Okay, we've got Diva. Diva, how's your twin going? Are they driving you loco? Or are they being good? Be careful around the full moon because they've got Aquarius in their chart. My daughter's coming home as well. Oh, gee. She's Aquarius. I'll be like, it's okay. It's a full moon. It's happening to you. He's home with a broken leg. Oh, heck. They're frustrated. They're like, look, why does this keep happening to me? Yeah, I'll come back, guys. I'll just do the phone call and I'll come back if you like. So anyone who's interested, give me a heads up before I leave the chat and I can come back and do more. There's this energy like that. They're not actually angry at you. They're angry at themselves because they want to be successful. They're like, every time I try and move forward, some crap happens. They kind of feel like you're moving through success in life and they're not. And they're being a bit critical to themselves. They're feeling a little bit anxious and nervous. And there could be a subject to do with, yeah, pizza. I was going to say that. Get them a bloody pizza. Oh, is the bike okay? Is that what it is? Diva messaged me and said he's got his boy toy. If he listens to this, and being that I'm a Kiwi too, he's going to shoot me. He's going to be like, YILDIZ. It's okay, my twin likes me. He's just too much has happened. It's not to do with you. But he's scared you don't want to marry him. What have you done, Diva? He's like, you don't want to move forward with me? You don't want to grow with me? What? Yeah. I told you this week would be a bit challenging. I love you, Sally. It is hard at the minute, Sally. It will pass though, Dale. Trust me. Just eat food groups to support. Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, so that's for Diva. You're cracking me up, Sally. Okay, who was next? Yeah, but I feel there's something to do with marriage. It's almost like he wants to get married and it's like, don't you want to marry me? Don't you want to be with me? Okay, so we've got Lois and then who? What's happening for Lois? And I didn't turn the heater off. I feel like I'm in the Bahamas. See, I'm not wearing a jumper. Okay, all these amorous proposals coming to you, Lois. It's like... Davey, you crack me up. Yeah, no, he wants to get married. He's looking. He's like, where's this going? Emmy doll after Lois. Yeah. Thanks, Shelley. There's all these proposals coming to you. This could be making you feel anxious. It could be making you feel as though... You know, it's really good. You also could be thinking about work at the moment. It's like what you're going to do for work, moving forward. Life is all changing. But I feel this giddy energy that is occurring that is making you feel a little bit peppy. But at the same time, it's almost like making you feel disillusioned because it's like, why is my twin not showing me attention? But, you know, chuck it to the opposite side. I think very sharp and focused at the moment is the connection sector for you. But you also could instinctually feel that there's jealousy coming from twin through the 5D. Emmy doll, you naughty girl. I love you. She's another soul sister. She's cheeky. Yes. What have you done to that person? What have you done to them, eh? You kind of stress them out in some shape or form. It's like, you know, they're a bit like, they're a bit sweaty under the collar. Let me put it that way. They had been worried. Okay, they had been worried, but they feel different now. Now they've got all these thoughts going through their head. What have you done to them? Okay, what is going on with Emmy doll and love? I don't know. I think you guys are going to meet up. I think that's the plan. I think the challenge is being taken. It's like, okay, we've got to come. But I think it's very strong now. It's very strong. You tempted them enough. I do see a visitation. And not by ET. Phone home. Carla. I hope I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm really crap with names. I do apologise. What would you like to know, sweet? What would you like to know? That's okay. Yeah, I do see you guys actually meeting up, but the chemistry is insane. It's like, how do you get me, woman? Do you know, that's how they're thinking. They're like, ugh. You get under this person's skin, but there's an offer, but you've tempted them. And I do feel it's almost like maybe meeting somewhere. Carla, what's the first thing I said was, what was your question? And the reason being is there's something that you're stuck with, okay? You're stuck with something. You're stuck. You feel a bit like you can't make a decision. And you feel you have to. I also feel that you're thinking something is hidden from you. It's like, yeah, it feels as though you feel something's hidden from you. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Because right now it's like there might be a major decision that needs to occur. But I'm kind of getting the gist that you don't want to base anything on a falsity and you think you're missing something. Are you in communication? Because you can ask. Just be straight. That's what I'd say. I'd say, what zodiac are you? I mean, regardless, what I'm saying is stop getting caught in your head. Just say it. Say, look, you don't owe me anything. I just want to be transparent with you. Yeah, because your nervous energy will come through at the moment for the zodiac. But it's like you don't want to look stupid, but you've got nothing to lose still. It's like, because you're in your head, it's just like speak your mind. Speak from a place of heart and love without expectation and say, look, I just want to be a straight shooter with you. I have a lot of feelings for you, okay? I just want to be straight off the bat. I don't expect anything, but if you do, I'd love to know. You can use your own words. I'm going to leave it at that. But it's like this conversation needs to happen. I hope that lands, right? Because that's what my guides are showing me. It's like you need to have that conversation. Because, okay, when you say you've tried, have you said, I need to tell you I still have feelings for you? I mean, with the masculine, it needs to be straight and to the point. It's got to be straight to the point. It's like, you know, there's nothing sexier than a person coming out and being in their power and saying, hey, I'm just going to be upfront with you. Then don't give too much attention. Shift the focus onto you and you'll find it will show the truth. Because sometimes when you overgive, it freaks the person out and it's like, okay, well, I've told you my truth. But it's also about stating that you're ready for a relationship, and then it can really, you know, sort of like, oh, this person's in their truth. And then not giving too much attention, not dropping everything at a drop of a hat and really moving forward. Then don't give too much energy. You know, say, hey, I've got the whole, you know, I'm the whole aeroplane. If you want it, you got to buy it. It's like, so I'm not going to be available 24/7. I am going to go out and mingle. I am going to talk to other people. You haven't invested. You haven't bought the shop. That's fine. And trust me, the truth of that person will sharp them into making a decision. Yeah. And just get into the high vibe, and I can guarantee you it will attract them. They are healing over a situation previously, but if you want a booking, you can come through and I can tune into it for you, doll. Now, who is the other? Who have I missed, Google? Look at me, I just flipped down the screen like a... Is it True Heart? Yes, it is. True Heart. Okay, True Heart. You're freaking out, True Heart. To do with family. It's funny because I did the Virgo. I've already done Virgo. You're like, is this going to keep happening? You're like, seriously, is this going to keep happening? Is this it? Is this over? You're trying not to be in your head. You're relaxed. You're trying to go with the flow. Yeah. You're trying to go with the flow, but there's family related here. And again, the Aquarius, man, you're going to have communication. You might be thinking that you're not going to get communication, but I actually do see that you will be getting communication. They might move into a little bit of PTSD. but at the same time, don't get in your head too much about it. That's what I'd say. Okay? Because it is there. It is a decision that's coming. But I'm seeing at the minute with the drama that's playing out, it's getting you in your head. I hope that lands. Thank you, everyone, for liking the video. I appreciate it. If you do want a personal booking, you can find the link directly below. And I will be back during the week, here and there. And I do have a little bit left of the schedule open because I am moving. So I'm going to love you and leave you. You're most welcome. And I'm going to go deal with these errands and get into the videos ready for you for September. Talk to you all soon.